Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Month of Horror. We got Nate and Noah here, and I got a special guest, Justin. Justin, go ahead, introduce yourself to the
Uh,
audience.
my name
Loyal
is
viewers.
Justin, or Big Money Pimpin', if you will. That's how we roll.
That's what they call them in the streets.
That's what they call me in the streets.
In the streets.
Anyway, I'm nursing several ailments, so Nate, take us from
ailments.
the mood.
Several air. Okay. We
All
can
right.
call it that.
Since Ryne is nursing several ailments, I got a couple things for movie news this week. Aaron Pierre has been cast as Jon Stewart, which, if you know me, you know I'm not very happy about that because I was a big John Boyega supporter. But we'll see what he does. Yeah, I think I might have been the biggest. No, there's no way I was the only John Boyega supporter. People love John Boyega.
I love John Boyega, but I think you were the only person really pumping your fists for it.
maybe, but we'll see. We'll see what Aaron Pierre does. I'm sure he's a fine actor. I'm not familiar with anything that he's done, but we'll see.
He was in that M. Night Shyamalan movie. Where
that's not a good start.
No. But he was in that M. Night Shyamalan movie where if you stay on the island, you turn old and die. And
yeah, that movie sucked.
Yeah, he was in it for probably like 5 minutes and then he died. So
yeah, that checks out. All right. Other than that, Reacher has been renewed for season 4, with season 3 releasing sometime in 2025.
Ooh, is that the Alan Richson one?
Yeah, Thad Castle.
Hell yeah! Show us your knockers. Dude, we need to do an episode on Blue Mountain State.
Yeah, that would be funny. All right. Next, I've got Christopher Nolan's newest film is going to release July 17th of 2026. Still unknown what it is, but
But it
the
will
release
have
date. I'm not sure if it'll have Cillian Murphy. It did say that Matt Damon was in talks to star.
So he got one of his two actors. That's good.
Yeah. There's apparently a Goosebumps series coming to Hulu that releases on January 10th, and it's starring David Schwimmer.
The guy from Friends?
No, that was the guy from Band of Brothers.
Who also did some
was in
Friends, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he was a recurring character.
He showed up from time to time.
He was there sometimes.
Ewan McGregor has confirmed that there is talks for Kenobi season 2. It hasn't been confirmed that's happening, but the higher ups at Disney are indeed talking about it.
Disney threatens to release Obi-Wan season 2.
Can the higher ups at Disney please stop talking about it?
Hey, I won't say no to more Star Wars because I actually enjoyed Kenobi.
I absolutely will say no to more Star Wars. Please stop digging its grave.
I was one of the few that enjoyed Kenobi.
We'll talk about that another time. I have a lot of things to say about Kenobi. Kenobi.
General Kenobi.
The negotiator.
All right, and this is probably the funniest piece of movie news I've ever found.
I think I have one that's funnier.
Joker 2 has reportedly earned less than Morbius on their opening weekend.
Oh.
Yep.
Morbius has earned more money on its opening weekend than Joker 2 did.
Because Morbius is obviously a better movie.
Because Morbius is the best movie ever.
I've seen Morbius, and it might honestly be better.
Damn.
I think we got to do an episode on Morbius someday.
Oh yeah.
Morbin time. I paid money to see that movie in a movie theater.
Money well spent.
I bought a ticket to the Batman, and I just walked into Morbius and watched
it. So we went from watching a great movie to a terrible movie.
I know. Well, I wanted to I'm a staunch agreeer of not paying for shitty movies, which even though I paid for Borderlands, normally this is a rule I like to follow. So I just bought a ticket to the Batman to support an actually good movie while I go watch this piece of shit.
But at that point, why not just go watch the Batman?
Because I had already seen it 3 times.
Yeah.
So?
Would you sit through the 3-hour movie a fourth time?
Over watching
Do it.
Morbius? Yeah.
Funny little tidbit of movie news I have. On Letterbox, Francis Ford Coppola rated Megaopolis 5 stars.
Wait, hold on. Francis Ford Coppola wrote a review for his own movie?
No, he didn't. He just liked it and gave it a 5-star rating.
Hold on. Hold
I'm
on.
good on this.
I think it might be like a fake account, but I do think it's really funny that Francis Ford Coppola liked. I have a picture of it, Nate. I can send it to you.
Yes, please do. I need to see this.
It's definitely a fake account, but
Yeah,
I need
most
to
likely.
see this. Francis Ford Coppola. Yep, that's hilarious. I still have not seen Megalopolis, but now I might have to. If Francis Ford Coppola said it was good, it must be good.
that movie sucked Megacoculus.
Hell yeah.
I do kind of feel bad for Francis Ford Coppola though. He's been trying to make this movie since Godfather Part 2. Like he's been writing this since the 70s.
Damn.
And he had to sell off all of his, like a good chunk of his wineries just to pay for this movie, and it flopped.
He had to sell his daughter to Albanians for this movie, and you're trashing it.
Well,
Yeah.
you did all that and made a trash movie, so not my fault.
Yeah.
Well, so I heard a story that he started filming this in 2001 in New York, and then a certain event happened in September, and then he had to scrap the movie. He had to scrap everything that he'd done.
There was a filming mishap. One of the blimps hit the tower.
That's what happened.
Oh God, we're gonna have to cut that part out. But yeah, that was all I had for movie news. I'll check out Megalopolis. I'll see how bad it actually is, and I'll get your. I'll get my. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. You go.
I was just gonna say I'll watch it, and then I'll let you guys know how it was. So that you don't have to watch it.
No, I gotta go watch it. I gotta go see how bad it is.
I'm gonna. You know how they did the thing where it's like girls had their fun and it was Barbenheimer? Boys, it's our turn. And it's Joker 2 and Megaopolis. Hell yeah, double feature, baby.
Hell yeah.
The double feature of Joker 2 featuring Lady Gaga in Megalopolis.
Terrifier 3 came out on Friday. Heard it was alright.
What came out?
Yeah. Why don't we talk about a good movie instead?
Like Hereditary. Shameless segue. Alright, general thoughts. What do you boys think about this movie? Because I know Nate, Noah, this was your first time seeing it. Justin, I watched it with you on Tuesday, so I kind of already know your general thoughts.
Yeah.
Trash.
I wouldn't call it trash. I know Noah's just having a bit there, but it was all right. Like the first, and I said this about Scream 4 as well, and this is an infinitely better movie than Scream 4. The first like 90% of this movie was fantastic.
Yeah.
The last like 15 to 20 minutes, I feel is just an unnecessary ride. Like this movie didn't need the horror that the little horror that it did have. I don't think it needed it.
That's fair.
And I said this to you last night, but I don't think this is a horror movie. Like me personally, I would not classify this as a horror movie. I would classify this as a drama with horror elements.
Yeah.
I was gonna say elaborate because anything you sent to me last night, I don't remember.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Since I'm dealing with multiple ailments.
Yeah, several ailments. But I like the whole family of drama stuff that it did before all the horror. Like it was truly heartbreaking.
Yeah, and this
like,
is
I
a
was- Sorry.
this is a first time director too.
Yeah, so like
This is
as
our
like
first movie.
as a first time director, like was it Ari Aster that did this?
Yeah.
Like he did a phenomenal job. Like
Mhm.
the family drama aspects of this movie are great. It was truly heartbreaking, and I really felt for the characters as I was watching it. And then we
Mhm.
got to like the end of it where were doing the horror aspects. It just felt unnecessary to me. That's
That-
kind of why I ended up scoring this movie a little bit lower than I would have if it didn't happen, which we'll get into those later, obviously.
Yeah. I feel like this movie is definitely it's a victim of you not seeing it in a theater, honestly.
That
'Cause
could be fair. That could be fair.
let me paint a picture for you. I just wanna take some pictures.
Oof.
The first time I saw this movie, I'm doing mental math. Sorry. The first time I saw this movie, I was 14, 15? No, I was
Movie came
14.
out in 2018, so 8 years ago.
Yeah, so
6.
I was
Or sorry,
14.
6 years ago. 6 years ago. You're right. Whoever
was-
corrected me, good job.
Yeah.
Nice job for being able to do elementary math.
Yep.
There's a reason I didn't go to college.
Dude,
No, I finished.
I haven't even graduated high school yet, Nate. Come on.
I'm a sophomore, bro.
All right.
Yeah, Nate, have fun getting flamed, buddy.
Yeah.
No, but seeing this movie in theaters at 14 years old, don't ask how I got in. It was a fucking horrifying experience at 14. That scene where she's on like the ceiling.
On the ceiling. Yeah.
Yeah, and the camera's not like you can miss that very easily.
Yeah, that's true. My wife
Which
did when we were watching because we watched this together. My wife had
Mhm.
missed that, and like then like she heard the noises that happened after it, and like she like audibly gasped.
Mhm. Yeah, I think the one thing that pissed me off about this movie the first time I saw it is the entire movie, and this was a trend when this movie came out. So a lot of people did. They were doing the fucking like the entire movie.
Oh yeah, the clicking.
Yeah, that was a huge trend when this movie came
Yeah,
out,
I
and I
see
was a
the
victim of it my first viewing. Or no, I think it was my second viewing.
I will say like as a Christian, like the horror elements that they had, like it was truly terrifying just because of the nature of the horror of what they use for horror. But
Mhm.
again, at the
I'm
same time, I didn't feel it
Mhm.
necessary to the overall like story of the movie.
That's fair. As a Christian, I'm also fucking terrified of piano wire. So when they use that and I was shivering.
Yeah, I've kind of yapped on for a bit. No, I don't know what you thought about it, but just generally.
So I thought again, I do agree with you with like more family drama aspects. I think were the parts that I really liked, but I've like once it dabbled in more horror stuff, it just really didn't work. But it is pretty good at building up tension and stuff. But there were definitely some heartbreaking moments with the family, and I think the acting was fantastic, especially. I forget the actress's name for the mother, but she did a fantastic job.
Nicolette.
Yeah.
Yes, like the acting was great. And sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. I didn't
No,
mention
you're
it's like the performances were fantastic.
I will say this: it's a crime that Toni Collette was not nominated for an Oscar for this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even if she didn't win it, she should have been nominated for an Oscar.
That's totally fair. But sorry, no, you continue. I didn't mean to interject there.
And I feel like with again, kind of agreeing with Nate, me and him kind of have pretty similar thoughts on the film. With the ending, I feel like that just wasn't really necessary and kind of just went off the deep end a little bit and just I don't know. It was it kind of felt out of place. I mean, I know it was kind of building up to that a little bit, but it just felt very sudden that all of a sudden all this type of stuff is happening, and it just didn't really the horror just didn't really work for me.
Mhm.
But overall, solid film. Probably not gonna. I don't really have a desire to watch it again. But it's solid.
Mhm.
Not too bad.
Yeah, this movie is a fucking brutal watch.
Yeah.
Like, I think this honestly, and I know Nate will probably disagree because he loves this movie. I think this beats Fury as the hardest movie we've watched. Like, this is a hard fucking watch.
Oh, hard. Yeah, it was definitely a harder watch.
No. Hardest watch is Going Overboard.
Yeah, but this movie's a hard watch for the good reasons.
Yeah, it's a good hard. It's actually it's a hard watch because of how it's made and because it's done well.
Mhm.
Like 20 or 30 minutes into the movie, we see a fucking elementary school girl get decapitated by a telephone pole.
Yeah.
Like,
I know
Did
you texted me.
Did Ryne just laugh?
Yes.
Uh,
Nate, you texted me, and you're like, I'm about 30 minutes in right now. They're at the party, and I'm like, haha, he's about to get destroyed. And then I look back down at the phone like 10 minutes later, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I literally said I texted him. I go, did she just fucking die?
And then my response was, yeah, no head.
Yeah, like the movie itself, like it was truly heartbreaking to watch. These characters all kind of like deal with this grief.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta go tend to my multiple ailments.
But I don't know if this movie, I don't know if it was ruined just because of the hype that Ryne had for it. Because like Ryne did hype this movie up a lot.
yeah.
So I don't know if maybe it just didn't work as well with me just because I was expecting something different based off of what I was told.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ryne was talking about this movie being like terrifying and stuff. I was not really terrified at all. I'm not gonna lie.
No, the aspects of the horror, like being like big possession, like one of the kings of hell, like that was terrifying just based off of my background, just because based off of me being a religious man.
Yeah.
But like the actual horror itself, like I wasn't like scared watching the movie, if that makes sense.
The only part that really got me was the ceiling. She was just crawling on it.
Yeah, it was a little creepy, like, but at the same time, like, how can I put this? I don't really know how to. Oh, there we go. So, I feel like the movie would have worked a lot better if they had started like sprinkling in those horror elements earlier into the film.
Yeah.
Because like last week we did The Thing, which shameless plug, go watch that episode if you haven't.
Mm-hmm.
And Noah used the term slow burn, but we still got those horror elements very early on in the film.
Yeah.
Whereas here, we're like an hour and 40 minutes into the 2-hour movie, and the horror is almost nowhere to be seen.
Yeah. I also feel like the ending just didn't really fit. Like the whole thing with Haemon's treehouse, it just didn't make sense.
Yeah, it's like this movie is still a good movie. Like,
yeah, no doubt.
It's for it being a horror movie, it's not a good horror movie. It's a fantastic story of grief and family heartbreak. I think if if you're gonna make a movie with those being the themes, that's how the movie should end. It shouldn't end like the ending felt very out of place.
I agree.
Yeah. That's why I say like when I was talking about the ending, I was like, oh, they kind of went off the deep end there, where it's just all of a sudden it just gets into all that what happened at the end. I don't know.
Yeah,
I was just like, did I just turn on a different movie or something? What the heck is going on?
Yes, exactly. It's very different from the rest of the film, and like I get it that A24 is a horror studio.
Yeah.
And I said this to Ryne last night, it would have showed some balls on Ari Aster to take this studio and just make a completely different type of movie, and it's still working out, because the movie was working perfectly before that.
Yeah.
like it's still good. I would probably watch it again, but I would skip the last. Like I would turn it off before the last 20 minutes. Like right before the mom
Mom gets
burns
possessed.
right before she gets. I wouldn't think of it differently just because I feel those last 20 minutes are just an unnecessary add to the movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, honestly, I watched this movie. Hi, welcome. I'm back. So I watched this movie Tuesday night with Justin and my mom and stepdad. And we watched the movie. No, but
Wait, really?
yeah, the scariest part of this entire movie was we were watching like this ending sequence, and Justin's dad's lights like auto turned off.
Oh
So it
my
got
gosh, that was terrifying. We had
like
one light
mid.
on and it flickers off like right when the possession starts.
That is that. See, like that would scare me if I was in that position.
Mhm. Also, I think I know it's not intentional. I don't think there's a single. There's some jokes at the beginning of this movie, with Alex being the Wizard of Oz. But I got some like really good weed.
Yeah,
But
there's a few jokes at the start, but they kind of like lean more into that
What's
drama
the-
aspect.
Yeah.
mhm. Fuck. What am I trying to say? Oh, I think the most unintentionally funny moment I've ever seen in a movie is when Alex jumps out the window
Oh yeah,
at
after
the.
seeing
Oh
the
yeah,
all the
yeah. At
naked
the
people.
end, at the end.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, like it doesn't look good. He just like dives out that bitch,
Yeah.
looking like Playboy Cardi.
I mean,
But yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I did enjoy it. Like, it was an enjoyable watch.
Yeah.
mhm. I wouldn't classify
I
it as enjoyable. It was a good watch.
yeah.
yeah.
Like, I
I
understand that
don't
this
know.
is our month of. Sorry.
I don't know if enjoyable is the right word here, but go off.
Well, you know what I mean. I said the same thing about Fury.
I think this
It's not
movie's
that.
more miserable than Fury.
Yeah, I would agree. The movie itself. It was. See, I can't say enjoyable now just because y'all are gonna flame me for saying that the movie with the kids dying is enjoyable. But no, like
I actually.
it was a good first like hour and a half.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I completely agree. I'd say it's even because this is a 2 hour 20-minute movie. I'd say it's a great 2
It's not
hours.
2 hours and 20 minutes.
It's 2 hours and 17.
It's 2 hours and 7.
Fuck.
There's several ailments you're suffering from really getting to.
Trust me, I
Um.
watched this movie 8 hours ago. It was 2 hours and 7 minutes.
Yeah, I
That's
watched this
including
movie.
credits, by the way. That's including credits, by the
Really?
way.
Okay. So I'll agree the first hour and a half of this movie's really good. They do one really awesome camera shot where it looks like the girl's in the room and then the ball falls down, and I love
Oh
that
yeah.
shot.
That's
I
nice.
I also really enjoyed when the mother was walking towards that one chick's apartment, Joan,
Yeah.
and it kind of like it was upside down, and then the camera like pans while she's walking by, and it goes right side up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of like I know you guys don't really think this is a horror movie, but it's classified as a horror movie. For a horror movie, this has a lot of inventive camera work, which is something not a lot of horror movies
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, like I personally would not classify this as a horror movie, just
Yeah.
because the actual horror elements that we get are so far and few between.
Mhm. Um, I feel like that's kind of the thing with Ari Aster, though. Honestly, he makes these. Ari Aster's only made 3 movies. He's made Hereditary. He made Midsommar. Sorry, that's how they say it in the movie. And then he made Beau is Afraid. I think yes, Beau is Afraid. And all three of them are like that. Midsommar is actually scary, but it's cult. It's like a cult. It's not like demons or anything.
Oh, this is the one with Florence Pugh.
Yes. Florence Pugh's in it. Somebody else who has a name is in it.
Will Poulter.
Yes, that guy. The guy who talked about the Japanese sex robot on that one show. And then Beau is Afraid's pretty good. It's a Joaquin Phoenix movie. It's basically just him the entire time.
Yeah, that checks out.
It's really weird. That one's trippy. I saw that one in theaters. I didn't love it. But here's the description of it. A reserved man who makes regular visits to a therapist to manage his anxiety finds himself challenged when he embarks on a tumultuous and emotional odyssey to get back home to his mother.
So it's a Joaquin Phoenix movie.
Yeah, he's pretty much the only guy that I really am familiar with in the cast. He got nominated for a Golden Globe, but it was a box office flop.
Yeah, that checks out.
Which is sad because there's like a lot of like, I don't think it's like a phenomenal movie by any means, but I think there's a lot of like really good ideas in it.
That's fair. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix is getting pretty familiar with box office flops nowadays.
Joker 2, Joker again. I'm the Joker, baby.
I mean, Ryan, I know you're nursing several ailments, but I don't know how you want to continue with the episode.
One thing I do really want to talk about in this episode is like grief and how that's tackled in the movie, because I feel like it's not a good portrayal of grief because it's not a healthy portrayal of grief. It's not how you should be getting over something like that.
Yeah, I think it was a great portrayal of grief. Like the actual portrayal of it was great.
Yeah.
It was in an unhealthy manner.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Like it was a phenomenal job of showing somebody who's grieving in the wrong way. I don't remember. Last time I went to my therapist, which has to have been years ago at this point, I don't think they recommended me summoning Payman, but I could be wrong.
You never know.
Yeah, I mean, I was never recommended that.
Hey, your aunt just died. Summon Payman. Yeah, but this movie's phenomenal. Honestly, my favorite character in this movie is the dad.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
Bro's like the only rational person.
Yeah, he's the only.
I know, bro. Sorry, what's up? You cut out, Justin.
Oh, he's the only one who makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep. The only one with any rational thoughts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think he gives
man.
Exactly. He gives enough levity to the movie because he has that not that he's cracking jokes, not like he's fucking Spider-Man or something.
Yeah.
But
the dad should have been like, he's right behind me, isn't he?
He's right behind me, isn't he?
That would have made the movie so
Payman's
much better.
right behind me, isn't he? No, but I think the dad did a really good job at bringing levity to the movie because he has that kind of sarcastic, dry, witty dad humor. You know?
Yeah.
And he's
yeah.
This is a very small cast, but I don't think there's a single person who was bad. I think they were all excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I said this to Ryne last night that the actress that played Charlie, the little girl, she was uncomfortably good.
Yeah.
What else has she been in? She was in Matilda the musical. That's her only film role? Damn.
Yeah.
She does Broadway.
Yeah, she was uncomfortably good at her role. I felt uncomfortable watching her play that role.
Mm-hmm. And you know the guy who played Peter. I I made Doc Ock jokes like 10 times during this movie when I watched it.
I was
Hello, Peter.
I was 100% expecting there to be a "Hello, Peter," so I saved a picture of Doc Ock from Google from that scene, so I could say that they really hit him with the "Hello, Peter."
And I don't think it happened, right?
No, not that I recall.
But shit. Sorry, fuck. What am I trying to say? Oh, that scene though. Actor's name is Alex Wolff. He you know when he's hitting his head on the desk?
Yeah.
He actually broke his nose doing that. Even though there was like padding, he was hitting his head so hard that he broke his nose. So that blood you see is real.
That's gross.
W method acting.
Yeah.
That's
He really
Christian
got
Bale.
into
That's
it.
Christian Bale levels right there.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he did serious character acting. He didn't introduce himself to the rest of the cast until the last day of filming, like as Alex. He was also on that Nickelodeon show, the Naked Brothers Band. So, if any of you Naked Brothers Band fans are out there,
Yeah, I'm unfamiliar.
comment down below. Oh, he was also in Old and Oppenheimer.
Oh, he's an Oppenheimer?
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it.
I mean that movie has so many actors in it. It's hard to keep track of who's in that movie.
Oh yeah, he's like the main character of Old.
Really?
Yeah. I tried to why have we talked about Old twice this episode?
I know.
I tried to block that movie out of my head as much as possible. But
yeah, that movie's not good.
let me see like the cast list. He has I mean fourth billing, so like pretty big character. Let me see who he was in Oppenheimer, because I don't remember. There are so many fucking people in that movie.
Yeah, we can get into that later.
Yeah. Oh,
Oppenheimer is very much a huge cast.
It's the fucking Avengers. I sent the picture of he plays that one guy with the glasses, you know?
Oh yeah, that one guy with the glass.
That one guy.
Yeah, I do kind of want to circle back. Okay. I see it now.
He's a pretty good actor. I'm glad he's getting work.
Yeah, that's a pretty prominent role in that movie too.
Oh, yeah. I'm happy he's like getting work.
Yeah, he was good in this movie. I do want to circle back to what you said about like the showings of grief. Because there you can very visibly see certain characters going through certain stages.
Yeah.
Like, and I think the biggest example of this is the mother at that dinner scene, which that scene was tough to watch.
Yeah, that's the best scene in the movie.
Yes, I agree. So I feel like I have pulled up here the 5 stages of grief, which are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And we don't see much of denial, at least from anybody. I guess
Peter.
Mostly when right when the death first happens, he kind of like
Wait, check in the mirror.
Yeah.
Well, he's kind of like sitting there in the road. He drives back home
and he goes to bed. Like, even the fact is,
probably just. Sorry, go ahead.
He's he instinctually goes to bed. He's like, that didn't happen. I'm taking some Z's. He was probably suffering from multiple illness, and he had to take a little nappy nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's really the only example of denial in the film, but like anger is very present in the mother throughout most of the film.
Yeah.
Like I said, with that dinner scene, like that scene was truly heartbreaking to watch.
Yeah.
And then bargaining is kind of I feel like that's sort of halfway through the film, right when they start doing these seances and shit. And then depression, that's more so Peter, just because he, like, you could visibly see that he is putting it on himself.
Yeah.
And it's kind of bringing him down. But we never get to acceptance. We never get to acceptance.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mom does. She's like, I'm a head out.
Yeah.
Get it? Head out. She cuts her head off.
Yikes. With a piano wire.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. I thought the one thing that was gonna shock you guys, if you guys have any questions about the ending, I'll explain it to you because I probably know what happens the best out of anybody. But when they brought back Charlie's head and put it on like the statue, I'm like, oh, that's creepy. I don't like that.
Oh, that's what that was? I thought it was just like
No, yeah, that was
a paper mache head.
I
No,
didn't
that
even
was her
notice
head.
that.
As you can see, it's like
Damn.
mushed in at the same place where like point of contact.
I'd have to look again.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and look that up.
I'm not going to. I'm just gonna take your word for it.
All right, I already got the picture, so you're gonna have to look at it. Sent it.
I'm just gonna look up Hereditary ending scene.
I already sent the picture to the group chat.
Oh, you know what? You're so right. I could definitely see it now.
That's a part where that was one of the parts where I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like that.
Oh yeah, it is. Damn.
So
Yeah, I don't think this movie, for like being a demonic horror movie, a lot of like
Mhm.
like Insidious or like The Conjuring, they're all kind of like very not hard plots to follow, but confusing plots, just because of the aspect of them being supernatural horror. But there was definitely some parts of this that confused me, and I had mentioned this to you last night, Ryne, when I was watching like the words scratched into the wall like randomly.
Yeah, those were just
And how they. Sorry, go ahead.
So the way the devil in this movie's name is Payman. And they say at the very beginning, they're like, he prefers a male body.
Yes.
Which that's why. One second, my fucking dog's tweaking right now. Give me a second. Knock it up. Anyways, okay. So, Payman, my guy, my dude, my homie, my jit. He.
I wouldn't call him any of that, but go off.
Yeah, I don't know if he's your homie there, buddy.
You do you, gang.
With Shadow Wizard Money Gang. But Payman, he wants a male host, which is why the grandma was so upset that Charlie was a girl. Also, this is a very not brought up thing. They mention it offhandedly once. They're like, the mom's talking to Charlie. She's like, she wouldn't even let me feed you. That means that the grandma was breastfeeding the child instead of the mom.
Oh,
I don't like that.
That's what they mean when they say that. And if that's not the case, I blame James A. Janice over at Dead Meat because he told me that when I watched this video. But anyways, so he wants a male host, but he has to like break the person down to do that. So he has like the thought, like he has to physically and like mentally break them down, which is why he has his followers write all those words around the house. Just because they make him like stronger. And then the only thing I don't remember is the dad. I don't know why the dad catches on fire when he throws the book. I don't remember. I think it's just because he wasn't like part of the plan. Or something. Or maybe
it could just have been for shock value.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But the Payman kind of a fucking idiot, kind of a dumb idiot. He tries to possess Alex, but he fails because like when he's hitting his head on the thing, that's Payman trying to possess him, but he's not broken down enough. So Payman just goes and fucking you know that like shimmering light that shows up all the time?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
him.
That's bro.
Yeah.
But so he possesses the mom, and he's like, oh fuck, this is a chick. And I think Payman's like a gay dude or something. He just doesn't like chicks.
Could be.
Possibly. But he has the mom like just try to like psychologically like scare the shit out of fucking Alex. And it works because at the very end Alex gets possessed. But remember what I said, Payman, big dumbhead. He still thinks he's Charlie, which is why Alex is freaking the fuck out at the end of the movie, and Joan has to like comfort him because Payman still thinks he's in Charlie's body.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the ending of Hereditary.
Yeah, I mean, as far as horror movie plots go, this isn't a hard plot to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This wasn't something like Saw.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on the Saw plots.
Nate, I think I texted you this. I was at the recruitment office the other day, just filling out forms, right?
They were playing Saw.
They were playing
Yeah.
Saw 3D on the TV.
Bruh.
I'm like, all right, that's a bold strategy there, Cotton.
Yeah, we'll see if that works out.
Nate, I'm stealing your quotes now.
Yeah, it's a good quote though. Good movie.
It is a good quote. Dare I say it gets a certified good movie?
I don't know. I think we'll have to do an episode on that first.
I can only assess that post episode.
Yes, exactly. But I'm not like I thought it was good. Like I thought the movie was good.
Yeah.
I was expecting a lot more though, and I said this while you were nursing your ailments.
Mhm.
Like this, the film might have been ruined for me personally, just because I was expecting. Yeah, well, because I was expecting so much more than I actually got.
I thought this movie. Well, I was gonna say this earlier, and then I completely went on some like goose trail talking about Payman. Goose trail, duck trail. What the fuck am I trying to? You know what I mean. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Goose Chase.
Goose Chase.
Yes, there we go. But this movie, I watched it, and I turned over to Justin, and I'm like, "Am I tweaking? Is this movie not scary?" And this movie's not scary.
Yeah.
As a now,
This movie is not scary.
as a now,
It's not like at all.
no. This movie was horrifying as a teenager, like as like a 14-year-old seeing it in theaters for the first time, hiding from the.
Yeah, I was about to say Noah's still a teenager, and he didn't think it was scary.
Yeah, but he's on the older spectrum of teenager. He's like almost. Are you 18 yet? Yeah, you just turned 18, right?
Yeah, I just turned 18. Yeah.
Yeah, so he.
Yeah, happy belated birthday to Noah, by the way.
Woo! But I think I was kind of a pussy when I was a child, a little bitch boy, a little baby. So like I didn't watch Child's Play till I was 15 because I was horrified of that movie as a little kid. And that's not a scary movie at all. But anyways, seeing this movie in theaters in a dark theater, mom doesn't know where you're at because you're sneaking into a rated R movie. You got the boys with you. You're rolling 6 deep. Watching Hereditary. It was a scary experience at the time. But now, as I'm a refined adult who likes politics and weather,
and who is suffering several ailments right now.
yes, this movie's not scary, not at all. It's shocking. It's unsettling. It's creepy. It's weird. No good. Very bad. But it's not scary.
No. And I did say this earlier. The nature of the horror is scary, but the film itself was not. If that makes sense.
I will tell you though, seeing when I saw this in theaters, the fucking chick on the ceiling, that made everybody in that theater bug the fuck out. And the head. The head thing was nuts in theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm old.
I wouldn't call this a bad movie.
No.
I would not call this a bad movie.
I think it's an awesome movie, honestly. I think if you cut the last 20 minutes out, you get like a drama film that should have won Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. They'd have to like refine the ending a little bit, obviously, just to make it cohesive. But
do they keep the scene of the daughter getting her head cut off?
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a pretty crucial plot point.
Oh, yeah, but
I feel like they could have done it differently if it was just for a drama. But
like they probably would have off.
Yeah, like maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still think
like showing the like rotting head with the ants all over it.
Yeah,
If
that was
just
a
a
little
drama
much for a drama.
Mhm.
Yeah, for a drama, that's a little much.
That
Yeah.
scene though, where the ants are like the ants are going out of Peter.
All right, easy there, buddy.
The ants are going out of Peter, and the mom's in the room, and she's like pouring paint thinner on him, and he like lights him on fire. That nightmare sequence, that's pretty
Yeah.
good. That's
Uh-huh.
good horror.
Yeah. I agree.
But like, I wish they would have done more of that, because other than that, there's really no like quote unquote horror until the last 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's the grandma at the very, very beginning, like sitting in the room.
Yeah.
But
I guess, but I wouldn't really call that horror.
no,
At least I personally wouldn't.
no, not really. There is one other bit of horror I love in this movie though. When after she's like crawling on the wall and Peter gets in the attic, and she's like, you're like, oh, she's knocking on the attic. She must have got a ladder, and she's just on the ceiling hitting her head against the door. I'm like, that's good. That's scary.
Yeah,
Okay, that kind of freaked me out.
Mhm,
but I like I said, I feel it was too little, too late.
mhm.
Yeah.
See, my like I said, we watched this movie with my mom and stepdad. My stepdad hated this movie. He despised it.
Oh yeah, he did not enjoy it.
He's like, he was like, I'm just sad now. That was like a bad Tuesday at work.
Yeah, it's like that's Monday. That was not.
Because he's a cop, so he's like, yeah, that was just like a bad night shift.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I accidentally.
sorry, go ahead.
I wanted to show a bro a movie, but I actually made him clock in for an 8-hour.
No.
Yeah, I think that the biggest flaw for this film was that they tried to shove so much at the end when they could have built up to it more and spread it out throughout the rest of the film.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of felt like, oh, am I watching a different movie all of a sudden? Like,
Yes,
Yeah.
it was a lot like that tonal whiplash that we talked about in the Django episode.
Wait,
Shameless plug, go watch the Django episode.
wait, Whiplash coming next month? Shameless plug for Whiplash.
Flash?
Yep.
But yeah.
But yeah, I don't really have much more thoughts about it unless there's like more specific stuff that you want to talk about, Ryne.
Peter got some crazy riz, bro. Like I just gotta put that out there.
Yeah.
He was spitting game.
All right.
He was spitting game to a shotty, and then his stupid ass sister had to be like, "I can't breathe," and she fumbled in the bag. Like he was the primary ball carrier, and like his lineman came out and punched the ball out for some reason, and he fumbled the bag.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking during that scene where they're at the party and the sisters just kind of like walking around, like, does nobody just realize this like 10-year-old child is just at this high school party with drinks and all that, and just nobody cares? Oh yeah, just this little child.
You think
just
somebody would
walking
come up
around
to
at this
her?
party.
Well, they
Just
might
be like, are you lost? Like what?
they might have just thought she was like a Make-A-Wish, so they're like, I'm not gonna bother her.
That's crazy.
And when she went up to get the cake, they're just like, "Oh yeah, here you go."
Like, oh shit.
She's like, oh yeah, I don't. Nothing wrong with you.
Also, I did find this out. Apparently, the actress that played her was 18 when this movie came out.
Cap.
18? Really?
No way.
Well, she has some like disfigurement or something. I don't know if that was obvious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
She looks like
she's
8.
she's 4 feet tall. Like
Oh.
she's short. She's incredibly short.
That's
I
it.
guess
That's
that
why I
makes
was
sense.
thinking like Cap. No way she was 18 because she was like
Yeah,
half
she's
the height
14.
of everybody else.
Oh, she has pseudocrania dysplasia. She has the thing that what the fuck is his name? Gaten Matarazzo has.
Oh,
It is very funny that you mentioned that because as we were watching this movie, my wife goes, "Is that the dude from Stranger Things' sister?"
Damn.
Yeah, but she
So it's very funny that you mentioned that because I just remembered that.
she does have it, I think, to a worse extent than he does. I'm pretty sure his is pretty minor.
Yeah.
yeah.
How tall is Gaten Matarazzo?
I don't think he's probably like 5.
He's 5'5", so he's
He's
not
at
like
least 5 foot.
he's 5'5".
5'5", yeah.
He's not like
That's
He's just like a regular short person, you know.
yeah. He's just like Logan.
yeah. That's
Yeah. Logan's slightly taller than him, I think.
No, Logan's shorter.
Good for Logan.
yeah.
Is he?
Logan is
No,
shorter
is
than
it?
him.
Wait, isn't
Logan's
Logan
5'4".
5'6"? He's
Logan's
5'4". I
5'4".
thought he was 5'6".
Damn.
Did bro shrink or something? Dang. Okay.
Should-
So wait, Logan's height can't even be put into Madden, because the lowest height in Madden is 5'5".
should if we get Logan on for the Dragon Ball episode when I'm not here, can you
Then
guys
we're gonna punish him.
please put like a height requirement sign on the episode?
on
Damn.
on the
On
thumbnail,
the thumbnail.
Yeah, like a little.
I can make something happen.
Let's go.
Required height must be at least 5'5" to enter this episode. Oh wait, Logan, sorry.
Sorry, Logan.
Shit, Logan, sorry.
I would feel a little bad if we're shitting on Logan for his height and he is actually taller than 5'5".
He's like, man,
Nah,
fuck those
imagine-
guys.
Imagine Logan just trolling us all, and like we'd meet him in real life, and he's like 6'3".
Nate's met him.
He is not 6'3". I have met him in real life. He is short.
Um,
He is short.
He just was on his knees when you were meeting him.
Oh, pause. Big pause.
I did not mean it like that.
Funniest?
It doesn't matter if that's how you meant it. We still got to pause.
The funniest
Yeah.
thing is, it's very bold of you guys to assume that anybody, including Logan, is watching this deep into the episode.
Yeah.
This deep.
Yeah, there's got to be somebody.
Someone.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be me because I gotta watch the video to edit it.
But yeah, I genuinely don't have anything else to say about it.
Yeah.
About Hereditary.
Yeah.
Ryan, you hyped this episode up. You said this might be a 2-hour episode, and we're not even an hour in right now.
Yeah, I know, and you got me struggling.
Yeah. Where's the next? What are we gonna talk about for the next hour, Ryan?
Hereditary is of title, office, or right, conferred by or based on inheritance. A person holding position by inheritance or determined by genetic factors and therefore able to be passed on from their parents to their offspring. That's Hereditary for you guys.
Wow. Is bro just gonna go into like a plot summary now?
No,
We're just gonna read reviews for the next hour.
No.
I'm
All
not.
right, you know what? Let me look up some of the letterbox reviews.
I'm not shameless enough to read a plot summary. Anyways, miniature artist Annie Graham lives with her psychiatrist husband. Peter's supposed to be 16. I thought that dude was like a fucking senior. They're 3 years apart. There's no way they're supposed to be 3 years apart.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, because Charlie is supposed to be 13 in the film, and then I was thinking Peter was like a senior, like my age, but
See,
Alright.
the only thing, the greatest redemption arc in this whole movie is that Annie finally got the balsa wood. She went to go get it the morning she found Charlie's body. And she didn't get the balsa wood that day, but there's a later scene in the movie where you do see her holding some balsa wood. So she finally got it.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It's the important thing.
All right.
There's a really funny review on Letterbox. Let me see if I can find it. It's one of the ones I
You know, just think though, none of this stuff would have happened if Peter wasn't smoking weed though.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Fuck Megaopolis being
Can't argue with that.
fuck Megaopolis being a anti-smoking summary. This should be an anti-smoking summary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
Dude, where is this Hereditary? Oh, here we go. What if we kissed in King Payman's treehouse, one of the 8 kings of hell, while rejecting the Trinity and praying devoutly to him?
God, I don't like that.
That is a four.
actually.
That is a 4.5 star review of Hereditary.
Yeah, I don't really like that. Can we
I don't know-
move
I
on
don't
from
know
that
about
one?
Anyway, so Hereditary is certainly a movie.
Definitely is.
Yeah, it's one of the movies I have watched.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
pretty surprised I wrote a paragraph long review of this because honestly, I don't really have like that many thoughts. That's why I barely talked about this.
Somebody said.
I said like 3 things this entire thing.
Somebody said, "Yo, the dad was getting lit."
That's terrible.
Yeah, so just we got a bunch of degenerate reviews on Letterboxd.
Yeah, that
Not
checks out.
surprised. Mm-hmm. So the usual.
Daring today, are we?
Yeah, I thought like going into this movie, I'm like, because for all intents and purposes, I basically live alone. I see my mother like 4 business days a month. She's always at my stepdad's house. So I'm
Yep.
literally here by myself. It's me and my dog. And I'm like, shit, I'm gonna have a rough time sleeping tonight. Nope, slept like a fucking baby.
Yeah.
Didn't even think about
we
this
were
movie
watching it.
once.
We were like, is this actually not scary?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. So I watched this movie last night and I went to bed like right after it. I slept very well.
Yeah, I slept just fine.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that
I guess we'll get into final thoughts here soon.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I dropped the ball with this, guys. Shitty movie.
Yeah, you
No.
dropped it just as hard as Nate did with Fury.
All right.
I'm kidding. Fury was actually a good episode. We talked about it a lot.
I just the main reason I picked this movie is one, I was thinking about picking Scream, but that's like we got Noah doing Nightmare next week, which check that out, even though I won't be on the episode. We got Nate who did The Thing last week, so we got what I see are like 3 of the like pillars of horror. I got slasher,
Yeah.
we got body horror, and then I did a psychological horror movie.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason I picked this movie. I also thought it was a lot scarier than it was because I hadn't seen it in a few years.
Yeah, I saw it when I was like 12, and that scared the hell out of me.
Yeah. Yeah, you should not have been watching
Yeah,
this
I
movie.
think
Yeah, no, it was a bad idea.
if I had watched this movie when it came out, I probably would think about it differently just because I would probably think it was scarier than it actually was. But I saw this as a 22-year-old, so.
Yeah, you were younger than Charlie was, Justin, when you saw this movie, because she's 13. That's nuts. You could have been embraced.
Yeah, I would have been like 11 or 12 if I had seen this movie.
Yeah, I watched it in like 2021 on a Discord call with my friends.
That's elite. We got to start doing Discord call movie watches. Actually, no.
We should have done that. We should do that for bad movies.
Yes.
We should absolutely do that for bad movies.
Imagine if we did that for Going Overboard.
Oh, dude.
It would have been the
Hey.
best for The Room. The Room would have been awesome.
Yeah, that would have been a good Discord call movie.
Jason X is going to be
We
a
should
good
just-
one. I'm excited for that.
Oh, yeah, we got to do that on the Discord call, actually.
Hold on, I gotta make sure that I'm not working so that I can actually make that happen.
Well, we can work around you. Noah just has school, and I don't do anything.
So we're doing Jason X.
Or,
When are we recording?
week
When are we
after
recording
Nightmare?
that episode?
Oh,
yeah, when
that's
are we
gonna be
recording
a-
that episode?
that's gonna be a long day because we got to do a double record because we got to do Jason X and then we got to do.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Halloween.
We got to do our Halloween special.
Alright, guys, time to watch 3 movies together.
However,
Okay,
I
we're not watching
I
all
do
3
have-
movies together. We can watch it the day. We can watch Jason
Yeah.
X like the day before.
Yeah, I do have that Friday off and that Saturday off, so we can make that work.
Okay.
All right, W.
But yeah, I guess we'll get into final thoughts here. Ryan,
Yeah.
since this is your pick, obviously you'll
Lead us.
hype up this movie while we all just trashed on it.
I'm gonna give this a certified good movie. But here, let me just read my letterbox review because I kind of hyped it up more in my letterbox review than I did here. But I said this. I've never seen a movie tackle 2 genres at once this well. This is as much of a heartfelt family drama as it is a horror movie. This movie literally has multiple points where it breaks you down and makes you feel absolutely miserable. Which maybe that was just a Tuesday for me, but I don't know. Maybe it was the movie. I said Ari Aster describes this movie as a. Thank you for liking my letterbox review, Nate. Ari Aster described this movie as a tragedy that turns into a complete nightmare, and I agree. This movie starts with the struggles of a family coping in different types of loss, and just gets worse and worse as more members of the family have unimaginable hardships. If you think this movie stops, it just gets 10 times more depressing. Noah, thank you for liking my letterbox review. And I said this isn't even mentioning the horror aspect of this film. I said the horror is definitely something that is more heavily integrated in the back half of this movie, but I think it's something that's executed well, even if it's not scary. I think it's executed like well, if that makes sense.
No.
I said you know these characters and start to learn what makes them tick. By the time the horror becomes more forefront, you are invested. This movie has one of the craziest last 20 minutes of any movie I've ever seen. Which yes, even if it's not scary, it is batshit insane.
Yeah, it was nuts.
It goes from like
Yeah.
0 to like 350 in like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Which fucking nuts. But that is something I do want to bring up. This movie is executed well. I think even if it's not scary, I think the I just got a silenced unknown call. That's scary. It's payment. Holy shit.
Payment.
It's
But
Ghostface.
Ghostface. But I think this movie is like it's very well crafted. Even if it's not scary, it definitely you can tell that this movie has a reason to exist. It was a labor of love, and it's better than Midsummer because Midsummer's just a way that he got over a breakup and he makes couples miserable in that movie. It's literally what it is. It's like a cult. Like it's kind of like Texas Chainsaw. But he made it as a way to get over a breakup and basically just like torture the characters in the movie.
That's awful.
But anyway, good movie.
Good movie.
9.2 out of 10.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I know you like this movie a lot more than Noah and I do.
Mhm.
And I kind of got into my thoughts really early, where I just think the last 20 minutes is just unnecessary.
Mhm.
It's still a fine movie. It's like I really did feel connected to the characters and the family drama aspects of it. The horror itself just didn't resonate with me.
Yeah.
The whole first hour and 30 of the movie didn't feel like horror, and it kind of like just pumps it all in at the end. I know that you think that is well done, and that just feels lazy to me.
That's fair. I do definitely wish there was more of it.
Yeah, and I said in my letterbox review, let me find the. Yeah, I said I think if they had started the first hour how they did, and really leaned into the horror aspects, like in that like second half instead of that second 10%, I think I would have enjoyed the horror aspects of it a lot more. It just felt very rushed and very, very lazy to me to just throw it all in at the end.
That's fair. But you still
overall though, like still a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like as lazy as I felt the ending of it was still like it was very heartfelt and it was very emotional for the first hour and 40 minutes of the movie.
To be fair, we're also operating in a genre that's known for its shitty endings.
Yeah. That is true. That's true.
And I wouldn't say this is a shitty ending. It's just a little rough.
Sorry, go ahead.
Like I wouldn't.
No, it's not a bad ending. It makes sense with the story that they set up. It's just I feel like it's a lazy ending, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I like overall, like to tie it all in, like I would recommend this movie, but if you're expecting like a full on horror movie, like I would go into it with different expectations.
Yeah. Go into this with the expectation of
and I gave it
13-year-old lose their head.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said go into this with the expectations of a 13-year-old losing their head.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough watch. It was definitely emotional and heartbreaking. It just wasn't a horror movie. But I gave it 4 stars, and I gave it an 8.7 out of 10.
This is the best episode of Grey's Anatomy I've ever seen.
All right, Noah, what do you got for us?
Kind of same things you got a little bit. I mean, a little bit mixed feelings. I really like family drama stuff. Acting's great. And you guys kind of touched on it. Like I really like the camera work and a lot of the shots in this. I think that was good. I don't think I touched on that earlier, so I want to bring that up here. And I mean, it was a decent script too. But again, the horror aspects didn't really work for me. Ending, didn't really like it. And overall, I think also was a bit of a slow burn at times too. I mean, and overall, I just don't really like horror movies that much. Even though I just loved The Thing last week, but usually I don't like a lot of horror that much, especially when they deal with like supernatural stuff and all that and demonic or whatever. So like it's also more of like a personal thing for me on why I don't really like this that much. But overall, I can recognize it's still a pretty well-made movie. Well directed, well acted, solid script. Just some things here and there that kind of bring it down for me. So overall, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. If you like horror and stuff, or you want to see like what's a pretty good family drama for like an hour and a half, then I'd recommend it.
Yeah,
but it might not be for everyone.
All right, Justin, what you got? What's your thoughts? Where's your letterbox review?
Damn, I gotta make that. But I thought it was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very well done. The ending, it didn't really just work for me. That's all I really had for it. It's just the acting was amazing. It's a good plot, but the ending didn't really work. I give it an 8 out of 10.
Let's go 8.
I liked it.
All right, if you guys want to watch some real shitty horror, talking about something that isn't Hereditary, I've subjected myself to 4 VHS movies this week. They're horrible. I gave the first one. I gave it a. So they're like, you guys know what VHS is?
Yeah,
I'm familiar.
Nope.
No. So it's like a anthology analog horror series. It's like found footage. So it's like there's like 4 segments, and there's this like wraparound segment where they try to figure out like they watch the tapes and shit. So I did like an average score of all the fucking segments. So I gave the first one 6.25. I gave the second one a 7.26, which that's my favorite of the franchise. I gave the third one a 4.5. I gave the fourth one a 5.7. So they're not great. I also watched Late Night with the Devil. I want to talk about this. I watched Late Night with the Devil. Right? Any of you seen that movie?
No, doesn't sound like a title I'd want to watch either. But
Bro's spoiling the October review.
It's fine. I'm gonna watch like 20 more movies this month. Fuck Late Night with the Devil. Fuck that movie. Fuck everybody who made that movie. Even David Dalsmuchin, because he produced it, and I love him as an actor. But fuck everybody involved in this movie. This movie uses like a shit ton of AI to make like background settings and stuff. But
okay, yeah.
As a former film major, I'm a big pay your fucking people what they're worth guy. So I originally gave it a 6 out of 10, and then I moved it to a 4 out of 10 because I found out that it used a bunch of AI.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's what I've been doing this week. Wallowing in self-pity and watching horror movies.
Yeah, watching shitty horror movies.
You should like consider watching good movies.
Yeah, I kind of
consider watching a good horror movie.
Yeah, I already. I'll watch Scream eventually this month. I like to watch Scream on Halloween.
Consider watching a good like Halloween movie, like watch Nightmare Before Christmas or Beetlejuice or something.
Yeah.
Nice fucking model. No, I kind of committed to this bit of where I'm only gonna watch horror movies this month.
Yeah, well, I kind of didn't do that when I started my month watching Apocalypse Now.
Maybe the real horror is the war.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we could spin it and just be like, yeah, war is kind of horror. Apocalypse Now kind of had a weird ending too, like this movie too.
Apocalypse Now is like 80% of the horror movie that Hereditary is, so it's fine.
I mean, yeah, it's just as much a horror movie as Hereditary is.
If you put payment on one of the helicopters in Apocalypse Now, it's fucking as much of a horror movie as Hereditary.
Yeah, pretty much.
They call in the payment UAV, drops down on the field. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching our podcast. Anybody have anything else to say? Anything to plug?
No.
Nothing.
Follow us on Letterbox.
Yeah, follow us on Letterbox. It's fucking description.
If you want to watch a good horror movie, go watch The Thing.
Yeah, that one's elite.
I am.
It's a good horror movie when even Noah rated it like a 9.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the two more horror movies I actually really like are The Thing and Halloween, pretty much.
And Scream. You're gonna like. Have you seen Scream?
I haven't watched Scream. But I'm gonna watch it this month.
Okay.
Yeah, you should definitely watch Scream. Do you know the twists?
Yeah.
Do you know the twists in the first Scream, Noah?
No.
Okay. Nobody tell him. He has to watch it and figure it out for himself.
The twist is the real Scream was the friends we made along the way.
No.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
Bro, no, when the part in Hereditary where the son is kind of like looking all around the house trying to find where the mom is once she got like possessed or whatever, and the whole time I was just thinking like, oh wait, she's right behind me, isn't she?
Oh, I have one more final thought for this film.
Okay.
So I know we praised the acting a lot. But any time when Alex Wolff had to cry was the funniest shit I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Like that dude
was the most more of a comedy.
He was the most unconvincing crier I've ever seen.
He was phenomenal. He was phenomenal otherwise, but every time he had to cry.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm
Like-
not gonna lie. I think this movie made me laugh more than it made me scared.
Yes, I agree.
um,
I feel like I got more scared watching Going Overboard than I did watching this
Oh,
I
film.
was scared that a human being could make a film that bad. That's why.
I know he's going through a lot. He has a lot of trauma, a lot of repressed shit. Alex is or Peter. Peter's a bitch. He's always crying. Fucking man up.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, but buddy, you're gonna graduate high school soon. You gotta get that together.
Apparently not. He's only 16. He's only a sophomore.
Well, not he could be a 16-year-old junior. Like it could be the fall.
Yeah.
I guess.
He's not
My-
turned 17 yet.
My sister was 16 her entire junior year. She turned 17 her senior year.
That's
Damn.
crazy.
That's whack.
Like my sister's
I turned 18 in fall of my sophomore or senior year. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
Me too. But no, my sister's still 17 and she's almost done with her first semester of college right now. She turns 18.
That's crazy.
Turns 18 in 12 days.
She thinks she's Ryan Williams or something.
Happy early birthday, Ashlyn Fink. Let's go.
Name
Yeah,
drop.
but that was my last final thought is that Alex Wolff, for as great as he was in this film, he was a terrible crier.
And his character's a little bitch boy.
Yeah,
No,
his
you sounded like you sounded like you had something to add there. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh no, I don't think I was. I was probably just gonna do some lame joke, but anyway, Alex should grow a pair. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully getting payment in this system is gonna make him act like a real fucking man.
All right. I think that's where I draw the line. I think we should end this before we say something terrible.
we already have.
I've said like 7 or 8 terrible things this podcast.
Yeah, I think he already made a 9/11 joke. Okay, so
Yeah. Have we hit our quota for the week, Ryan?
Yeah. I think
we have surpassed it.
Yeah, this was a good week at the factory, boys.
Yeah, I think we can take a break next week.
It's quitting time.
Yeah.
I won't be here next week, so the quota will not be next week.
Yeah.
Exactly. You had to make up for it because me and Nate would not hit the quota on our own for an episode because
That's
Yeah.
why
we
I'm here.
just don't be joking like that. Anyway, I think that's about it. Let's end this before it gets worse.
Yeah, we're gonna me and Noah we're gonna brave the elements and do an episode by ourselves next week. We're gonna do Nightmare on Elm Street.
If I get a call halfway through, I'll be at the beach, so I will not answer you.
We are going to call you halfway through just so you can give just a random thought. We need to get at least one, we need at least one Ryne joke in the episode. It won't feel complete without it.
All right.
So we'll call you right at the end of the episode, and then you'll just come in and get your joke.
Special guest appearance.
It'll
Hey,
be like in a sitcom when somebody goes off to college and they come back for an episode.
it's that thing where it's like,
Yeah.
you're not in this episode. Anyway.
Yeah, I think we're about wrapping it up here.
We've been
Shout
trying
out
to wrap
Ryne
up for half an hour.
Shout out Ryne for lying about making this episode 2 hours and it being just over an hour.
See, there's lying and there's grossly exaggerating my own abilities.
They're one and the same, buddy.
Anyways,
See,
I've been James A.
Ryne really had us.
Kill count.
Ryne really had us in here thinking this was going to be some masterpiece of horror, and we just shit on it for an hour and a half.
Bro did all that for a 7 out of 10 movie. Congratulations, buddy. You are being given the Nate treatment.
No.
Now. How do you feel?
I'm gonna cry. I'm so upset. I'm not gonna do an episode next week.
All right. In
Yeah,
all
guys, that's the reason
seriousness,
why Ryan's not on the next episode.
yeah, he was so upset that we shit on Hereditary for an hour and a half.
Actually, no. He just got arrested for the jokes he made today.
I'm so upset. I
Oof.
booked a trip to Disneyland.
He needed a vacation.
All right. In all seriousness, Justin, thanks for joining us on this episode.
thank you, man.
Of course. Pleasure.
And yeah, that was Hereditary. Don't watch this movie.
Do what? Do what?
Well, watch a good movie like Going Overboard.
Yeah, or The Room.
Oh yeah,
Or Jason
a
X.
masterpiece of
We
cinema.
don't know Jason X is good. Just heavily
They-
suspect it will be.
I have a heavy hunch that Jason X will be one of the best movies ever made.
Oh boy. But in all seriousness, thank you guys for listening in. If you made it this far,
Yeah, which no one did.
we'll see y'all next week. Yeah, no one did, but I like to think that they do.
If you somehow made it through this entire thing, you deserve an award.
Anyways,
Yeah, we'll give you an award at the end of the year.
today we'll see you guys in 2 weeks, not 1 week. I'm going to Disneyland.
For Jason X. For Jason X, the greatest movie of all time.
What? You just won the Super Bowl. What are you gonna do? I'm going to Disneyland.
How much? You just won the Super Bowl. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna go watch Jason X.
You just finished Hereditary. What are you gonna do? I'm going to Disneyland.
All right, but we'll see you guys next week. Appreciate you guys listening.
Later, everybody.